Okay, this is exactly why I made the video the other day talking about Pokemon resellers and how they have ruined the market. As fate would have it, I had seen that one of my favorite YouTubers, Moist Critical, had uploaded a video titled "Please Arrest Them." I clicked on it and it just so happened to be that it was about a massive break-in that happened at a card shop, all revolving around Pokemon cards. Okay, I just made a video about resellers and how they have ruined the market the other day. I just couldn't believe that something like this happened only 2 days before I had uploaded that video. I hadn't even seen this yet, but now I'm seeing it and I want to bring a video to you guys talking about it because it is just absolutely insanity. If you guys haven't already heard about this, let me kind of give you guys the rundown. There is a card shop by the name of House of Cards in Abbotsford, British Columbia, and on March 6th, they were subject to a break-in that cost upwards of $30,000 in damages. Not to mention the fact of the mental toll that this will take on ownership and the community at large. Apparently there was 2 break-ins that had happened each within a day of each other, but this is the one that I'm going to be focusing on mainly, as this one does have video to go along with it, as well as an interview with the owner. The owner, Brandon Krept, was interviewed after the situation where he kind of went over exactly what happened, as well as talked about the damages and the unfortunate reality behind why these thieves came in and stole these Pokemon cards in the first place. I really hope that I am pronouncing his last name right. I think it's Krept or Krepk. I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna roll with Krept. In the interview, he made the claim that they had ripped all the glass and bars in one go, and they were in and out in 2 minutes. I'm gonna flash the video on screen because they sure were. Okay, they not only smashed through the window, but they had a car ready with a tow hook, and they had ripped the entire thing out of there instantly, and they all just funneled in, and they started to steal all these cards and break in to everything. It was like a jewelry heist, okay? This is like some sort of like Ocean's 11 style heist at a card store. It's unreal. Krept did say that they knew what they were after, which is definitely true because, you know what, they knew that they were going in there to steal Pokemon cards. There's no beating around the bush with that one. That is exactly what they were after. And they're after it because of the prices of them, okay? They have just skyrocketed, and now we're gonna see more and more stuff like this, unfortunately. You know, as prices of Pokemon cards go through the roof, we're gonna see more and more and more break-ins and robberies revolve just around stealing these cards. You know, when people are able to go and resell them for these crazy amounts, it's gonna just motivate people to want to go and, you know, commit crime to get them, unfortunately. The super unfortunate part is that Krept did say that his store is geared towards more growing the hobby in the children's community, and it's really, really unfortunate because, you know, we need more places like that that offer these cards at a cheaper price and are gearing it more towards the next generation. Not to say that it's an unsafe place, because that's not what I mean, but, you know, it definitely puts a sour taste in people's mouths for a reason that's not on ownership. You know, when people are coming in and breaking into the store at night, that has nothing to do with the security or ownership. That's just people. You know, they're gonna find a way to do that no matter what, and it's super unfortunate. Now, I just can't believe that the damages were upwards of $30,000, which I believe it because, you know what, they destroyed a lot. Okay, they ripped out the front window and the security gates in the window, as well as they smashed a bunch of stuff and made out with a bunch of cards. It's just a really terrible thing because this company has been around for 10 years, and it's a very popular store in British Columbia. For a small business, it's gonna impact them a lot. I'm gonna put some of the other clips of the break-in on the screen and just kind of go over them frame by frame. After they break in, they immediately go in and they know exactly what they're after. They have this huge bag, okay? They immediately start loading all sorts of sealed boxes into the bag. Then they immediately proceed to start smashing the display cases to grab whatever may be behind them, presumably the more higher value cards and items. After you got this guy that runs over, smashes the display case with a hammer, and immediately just starts filling up his hands with as much as he can carry. It looks like his buddies have already went outside, back out to the car, and this is kind of where the robbery ends. They knew exactly what they were in there for. Like, this had to be planned and premeditated. I have no doubt in my mind that it was. I mean, they have a bag that is the size of like Santa's present bag, you know, but they aren't Santa Claus, okay? This isn't gifts for the children. This is reverse Santa, okay? This is like Krampus. I feel like I just had to point this one out. One of the guys was rocking a denim Tears hoodie. That shit's fake, okay? You know it's foo-foo. Or maybe it's not, but it's definitely bought with stolen money, okay? I think he's also rocking like a Gucci handbag or like satchel. I like how the other guys have to cram into the back and they're kind of just like closed in the trunk as the getaway driver, you know, closes the door on him and gets up front. If they get in a wreck, dude, they're toast. If you guys stuck around to the end, I greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with future content. This video came as much as a surprise to me as it is to you guys. I had no idea that this had occurred. It just so happened to be that I had just put out a video about resellers and how they've ruined the Pokemon community, and then this stuff happens. It's a big problem, guys, and there's no denying it, especially at this point when you have robberies that are happening for the sole purpose of getting Pokemon cards. It's a terrible situation what happened in British Columbia. If you guys live near House of Cards, make sure that you go in and show them support. This is definitely not an easy thing to go through as a small business, and I'm sure that this is definitely a dark time for them as a company. Here's to hoping that this type of stuff will kind of slow down and go away. You know, this is a very exposed situation. This was blasted on the news, and this is getting put out on YouTube. Hopefully this will kind of deter criminals from wanting to do this in the future. I know that it probably won't, unfortunately, as criminals will always do whatever they want to get whatever they want. But here's to hoping. Anyway, it has been real, guys. My name is Zay. Subscribe and enjoy the stay.